No, ain't no recall there. That product is the superior cubensis. That is a product that the people in Africa ate. And this is why the people in Swaziland was never conquered, because they could see what the British was going to do before they even did it.
So it had some stipulations on there, you know, military superiority, aid.
Roughly 2 weeks ago, when I agreed to be the moderator of this panel, I posted a message by Baidu soliciting questions from the internet users. I got more than 500 questions for two of you, and I'm going to select one question for each. And on behalf of the users, I'd like to ask. So,
the bailout, let alone. The Obama administration agreed to lend Tesla $465 million.
It was a week that shook Wall Street and indeed the world.
And a realization that the economy may still head into a deeper downturn.
As 2008 drew to a close.
The worst point was probably just the weekend before Christmas in 2008.
Solar City founder, the bank that had backed their leases, pulled out of the deal. NASA rewarded SpaceX with a $1.6 billion contract to resupply the International Space Station. But the U.S. government's new $7.5 billion loan program to support alternative energy vehicles.
In order
Tesla burned through $300 million since 2003.
The location for Tesla was always the new meat factory, which was a 50% Toyota, 50% General Motors factory. It's one of the biggest car plants in the world.
It's upbeat about the company's future.
Tesla stock voted by Wall Street as the least likely to succeed.
You don't want to own this stock. You don't want to lease it. Heck, you shouldn't even rent the darn thing.
There hasn't been an IPO of a car company in America since Henry Ford, and that caught people's attention.
Investors ignored the skeptics. Tesla raised $226 million in its IPO.
Sort of just elation and this feeling like all of this.
Tesla in with other financially troubled green companies.
You put $90 billion, like 50 years worth of breaks into solar and wind, to Solyndra and Fisker and Tesla and Enter1. I mean, I had a friend who said you don't just pick the winners and losers, you pick the losers.
But his bottom line. Remember that loser comment from a presidential candidate about the $465 million government loan?
It really feels good to have repaid the U.S. taxpayer. That's really what's important here. And we didn't just repay the principal. We actually repaid it with interest and a bonus payment. So ultimately, the U.S. taxpayer actually made a profit of over $20 million on this loan.
Tesla repaid the loan 9 years ahead of schedule. SpaceX and Solar City were also turning profits.
And NASA's our biggest and most important customer, but almost 3/4 of our customers are commercial.
SpaceX says it has more than $4 billion in revenue under contract. But of all his companies, perhaps the greatest success was the one addressing the world's energy need. Solar City is now the largest solar service provider in the U.S. and has more than quadrupled in value since its initial public offering in December 2012.
I believe eBay has Solar City panels, so it's having a...
Really wants to change the world. And in Elon Musk's vision of the future, you'll have clean and renewable sources of energy feeding the grid, and all of our vehicles will run off that. This is really the future. It's something you want to tell stories about.
13 public stock, on the 13 public stock exchanges, and they're all scattered through New Jersey. High-speed traders are provided by the exchanges for fees, for lots of money. The high-speed traders pay the exchanges for special fees, which enable them to see movement stock prices before ordinary investors. So they know it's only a couple of millisecond advantage. The amount of time involved is very, very slight, but they know today's prices, and we know yesterday's prices, and the ordinary investor knows yesterday's prices. The analogy is it's a bit like someone knowing the result of a horse race before it's been run, walking into the track and starting to be able to bet with other people who are betting on the horse race. So there's this unfairness in the middle of the system. So that's the problem, and that problem is nobody quite knows how big the problem is in terms of like sums of money that are being essentially taxed out of investors by Wall Street intermediaries. But it's billions of dollars a year.
Because of these milliseconds.
Because of these milliseconds.
All right. This is something you write in your book, Flash Boys, Mr. Lewis. You write.
Exchanges are all housed in data centers, very heavily guarded data centers. In what you see is they're boxes of black boxes. There's rows and rows of black boxes. But one set of the black boxes is the exchange itself, called the matching engine, where buyers and sellers are connected. And we're kind of price discovery happens, what the price of the stock should be, because the buyer or the seller agrees to meet at that price. Then you have around that matching engine the boxes of the high-frequency traders who pay $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, whatever it is, to connect a line directly into the box to get information about what's happening on the exchange before everybody else.
What is front running that you talk about?
It had some stipulations on there, you know, military superiority, aid, what else? Oh, Jerusalem was the capital city. And I said, I learned was that the operatives for the Israeli lobby, they control women's organizations, environmental organizations. It really didn't matter what peace organizations, everything is a fraud. And so I would say, okay, I want to get your endorsement from the environmentalists or the women's organizations. And I would get a call saying, well, did you sign the pledge? Now, this ostensibly is from a women's organization. I'm a woman. I'm the only woman running.
Yeah.
And I needed to sign the pledge before I could even get looked at. Peace organization. You signed the pledge. Environmental organization. Oh, we can't support you. You didn't sign the pledge. What I learned.
Ha ha, I wanna laugh. Lala's the name that I have. H-A-L-F together. Hallelujah. What's coming here? So far ARK KaR benching them herbs when they tried them Africans. Man, they knew, please, what y'all doing? Now, they learned that lesson. Total lesson. To try to cheat the vibration that they, high frequency trading, you see, that is the most powerful message on the planet right now, to know something. So they try to invent a machine to use that to go to war against the African. Why are they going against the African? And when the Germans are the ones that try to eliminate them, yet they're sided with the Germans right now. How did that come about? How do someone who damn near eliminated, go to the Holocaust and look at the Germans that eliminated them. They're not attacking Germany at all, but yet they're attacking the African man. You see? So the lesson has been learned, and we're going to teach them even more lessons. That's what this is all about. That's why I'm here to teach them even more lessons. Or you want to up your game? There it is. We're going to up the game as well. Okay? So all these things that they've been showing, as we said, the monies, try to be so complicated with it, and all more, doesn't matter. Make it simple. The most difficult thing they have, the financing, all that money. That's it. It's simple. So the thievery and the thuggery is coming to halt, and we ought to bring out something more of yourself. So just as things that mountains, volcanoes erupt, babies are born, you can't stop it. So same with this, that we're coming forth with the universal energy, the exchange of energy. We know how they're trying to win. We know how they're instigating problems because they think they are ahead of the game. They know they got the little machine. No, you are not ahead of the game, bro. You are not. That machine, yeah, it served you well for a while, okay? But it's time for that change. You've been discovered, and you have to be recovered through that. So the machine, again, you see how they're using the machine? Perfect energy device for them to equate themselves to our movement. So they think, but it's not. Just like electrical in a house, it's not electrical thunderbolts, not the same. One is electricity, one is electrical. So that's where the separation occurs, and yet it's not separate because it all is here one time. And so while they're here with us, and we're the power, this what we have here takes more energy to produce every day, all day. So the power and energy that produces all day, every day is more than what they understand and can handle. Again, the laboratory is a lesser degree of the labor story. Although some people are impressed with it out there, I was in the laboratory, in the labor story. When they come in the lab, the womb that produces the life, the sperm that carries the life, that's where I work. Studied it, froze it, on the microscope, any kind of way, all that. The boss, or the PhD semenologist, so the information is in me. I'm sharing it. Can't fool me. The numbers, the details. Thank you, Universal Order, for bringing all this information to us. They're showing us. I'm not exposing anything. I'm just doing what they're doing, showing detailed information, trying to curb the appetite of the people to their side, you see. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using their energy, like I said we're going to do, their power against them, okay? Not call them out of names, not call them anything, because we don't have to. They know who they are. So by looking at us, by doing what we do, we know what they are, okay? So remove yourself and be yourself. Just that simple. Yeah, mimicking everything that we do. That machine they're using, the Google weed, looks as if you're, that's us, that's in the herbs. Introphosis, sublimation, morphism. Night and day, yea, let's play, not caring what they say. 24, that's 6 regions. T.I. was down there in Forest City, wasn't he? And then those who know, Forest City has an issue with me right now. So, you know what that, much love, much peace to you. So,